Hi everyone, this is your instructor and I prepared this little video on some tips to success for MyITLab. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and click on the course materials folder, and inside the course materials folder we're going to take a look at the week 1 assignments. Okay. Now these tips are all about the hands-on trainings and assessments. So it applies for Windows, Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. So they're all pretty much the same. I'm going to go ahead and launch into the Windows module for week 1. And you notice we have only 2 things, one training and 1 assessment. Starting next week, you're going to have 4 trainings and 4 assessments. So the work is really going to pick up for summer school. All right, so under a Windows training or assessment, when you hit the submit button in that option, okay, you'll actually gonna get a score. Now I did this earlier today and I didn't get a very good score. And if I want to view that submission, I take a look at these little ellipses and click on there and I can say view submission. Now why is this helpful? Why is this a good tip? Well, if I just do save for later, I don't get a score. But if I submit it, I can see the actual submission that I took, and in that process, I can actually see the answer key with all the right answers, okay? Now, there you go. It's called the methods to complete. So if you remember, like on this first task here, all you had to do was to enter in a password MyITLab1234 as part of the task. But there was 3 different ways that MyITLab will accept, okay? You must do it one of those 3 ways, okay? Sometimes there'll be 8 or 9 different ways to do something, but you must do it one of those methods to complete. So you do not have an infinite number of ways to do it. If you're used to doing a particular task a certain way, it needs to be one of these. If not, you're not going to get credit and you'll get a 0 for it, okay? So this little tip says, once you hit a submission and you view the submission, you can look at the answer key, jot down whatever notes you would like, then go back and retake that training or the assessment and try to improve your score, okay? So that was one area for tips for success. The next area is I want to focus on grades. So if I come over here and click on the grades tab, I see the basic area where I have grades and the custom view. Now the grades thing is broken down by weeks. So if I click on here, I have to drill into the Windows subfolder, and from there I actually see what my score is on trainings and the assessment. So I can actually see that, and I can go and look at my submissions, things like that, as well as an alternative way to look at it. But my letter grade, your letter grade for the class, is not calculated based upon the trainings. It's calculated based upon the assessment. So if I want to know what my progress grade in the class is, I would go to the custom view, and I'll try to update this every week. Okay, and so under the custom view as a progress grade, there are 2 things that are required this week: your assessment for Windows and Chapter 1 quiz. That should be a total of 125 points. So if you did really well and you got a full credit on the assessment and you did all the questions right on the quiz, you should have 125 out of 125, which is a super duper high A. Okay, if you got less, you just divide it by 125, and that tells you what your progress grade in the class is. Finally, the last area that I want to do is to tell you about a tutor. We have a tutor, Daniel Soriano. Okay, here's his email address, and here is his lab schedule where he's here on campus. Sometimes you may have an issue with your internet connection, or you might have an issue with your computer or something like that, or you may just simply want somebody else to help you through a particular task or assignment. Daniel is available to do that. He's here at City College, he's available by email, and it's free of charge. So please take advantage of that and help you through the class if you should need that. Okay? Other than that, I hope this has been a good tip. Have a great day.